Hey everyone, welcome to Savor Village. I'm your host, Dude Dicey. Today, we're gonna be making some amazing hamburgers. Alright, so we have some leftover meat from somewhere. I don't know where, but it looks mighty tasty. And we're gonna need the following ingredients, alright? We're gonna need some canola oil to be frying it on the grill. We'll be using the pan today. We're gonna need, of course, good old salt. You can never go out without salt. Black pepper. A little bit of thyme. Basil. Oregano. Crushed red pepper. We're gonna need some garlic cloves as well, and some diced up onions. We're using yellow onions today. You're free to use red onions, yellow onions, whichever you prefer. This is your burger, remember. No one can take that away from you. And last but not least, you also need a little bit of thyme. Alright? Thyme joke, right? Yeah? Thyme joke? Funny. Right? Yeah. Alright, so let's get started. So we want to start off with your meat. You're going to start off by putting in all the dry ingredients in there. So, and this is how we're going to do it, alright? Go ahead and get 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper. After you got in your 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of black pepper in here, we're going to go ahead and go with the ½ teaspoon now. And everything else is basically going to be half. Half off, that's right. So we're going to do half crushed red pepper. We're going to do half oregano. Half oregano, ½ teaspoon basil, and of course, some thyme. ½ teaspoon of thyme. Oh. To give our burgers a nice little kick, we're going to top it off with some Worcestershire sauce.
That's not how you say it.
Damien, don't tell me how to pronounce words. I'm a grown man, alright? Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. See, I can pronounce things, okay? So don't go telling me how to pronounce things, okay? Alright? So, back to what I was saying. You don't want to add your Worcestershire sauce. 1 tablespoon of whatever this sauce is, okay? 1 tablespoon. There we go. And now, time to get our hands dirty. Always be sure to wash your hands before diving in and messing with your meat. So after you washed your hands thoroughly and cleanly, alright, you're going to want to take your freshly cleaned hands. You want to just mix all of this in. Woo, yeah. You just want to squeeze it all about, basically. You know? Similar to past recipes, mixing is all about detail-oriented skill sets, patience, and sometimes a lot of time. Of both types.
Hey, papá, ¿por qué me abandonaste?
That's how we lost Josh.
So, once you're done mixing, it's time to make the patties. So when making the burgers, it's key that you plan. This is all about the size of the burgers. Are these gonna be mini bites? Or these big bites? You know, like it's all about the mouth, the teeth. Who's gonna be eating at your table? Kirby or Pikmin? Alright, so I'm gonna make them Nice and small. So what you want when making burgers? So you want to make it a nice little round ball and squeeze it down a bit, right? However, you can't just leave it like that, else it's a steamed ham, a meatball. You want to be able to press it down nicely, firmly, but not too thin, or else you're just gonna have a pancake. So, you just want to play around with these, and that's an alright patty, right? It's an okay size. I don't want anything massive. Just remember, these are gonna grow a bit in terms of size. And so you can add on a little bit more meat to it, re-roll it up, whatever you do to make the perfect patty, right? So this will take a bit, but not too long. Key to hamburgers is knowing how to roll it up on the palm of your hand. You just need to know how to handle meat in general, you know? Goat meat, cow meat, chicken, fish, human. I'm just messing with you there. And here's our burgers. Tasty, huh? Let me just eat them up, but not now, because...
Good day.
Now, I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the pan. I already have onions and mashed up garlic in there. They're gonna start sauteing just for a bit in the canola oil, just so their flavors can start being released out, and I can add in the sauce and they can start cooking on top of each other, whatever. That way the burgers can absorb their taste. Again, yellow onions, red onions, either one you prefer. Fresh garlic, garlic that's already minced, either one works. If it's actually minced, I would actually recommend you just go ahead and add in a teaspoon of that garlic into your meat before you start mixing it up. But either way works just fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. And took a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce, or Worcestershire, however you put it. And for today, a teaspoon of barbecue sauce. I'm gonna go ahead and mix it up in a little bowl to make a nice little sauce real quick. And then I'm gonna go ahead after this is sauteed for 2, 3, 4 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and dump this in, and I'll put in a little bit of water to help prevent any burning from going on. Now, in regards to the barbecue sauce, you can go up to a tablespoon. If you do, I would recommend you go to a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Again, the choice is yours. Feel free to play around with this little sauce concoction. Sort of like the ketchup mayo or mayo ketchup from the Sorritos episode. So, alright, this is starting to brown. It's looking good. Let's go ahead and toss this in. I'll use the same bowl to add in some water. Mix in. Let's go ahead and put in the burgers one by one. As you can see, the burgers start immediately shrinking up the moment you put these in. So it'll give you a little bit more room to put them in, some more in, but once you run out of room, just want to go ahead and cap it off. Within 5 minutes, you want to keep an eye on them, depending on how high you have the heat on and whatnot. Flip them over to see if one side's already cooked. If it is, just leave it on the other side so the other side can keep on cooking. And we'll catch up once they're almost close to getting done. Wow, these smell amazing. Oh, this brings back memories. We'll be back. Wow, these burgers are looking great. There we go. Pretty good looking burger to me. And the more you cook them, the more they will shrink. As you can see, these were recently added. And these near the end have already been here for quite a while. It all, of course, is up to how much meat you end up using. Like you saw, I used pretty small portions in terms of meat. Small portions mean small burgers in the long run. Now, of course, some of you might be criticizing, but of course, why aren't they so flat? Some of them are, see? Some of them are. But, the key to making flat burgers is that whenever you put burgers in there, they expand from the inside out, right? They rise. And so what happens? Well, you just need to push down on the middle, indent both sides in the center, and make sure the outer side has more meat, it's bulging out. So whenever you cook it, it'll flatten out evenly. The edges will sink, and the middle will rise. Because you see, if you have an even playing field, the man on the inside is always going to have the advantage. He's always going to rise out, rise on top, overwhelming anyone who's on the outside. Just have a clue what's going on. You feel me? Do you know what I mean, Carl?
My name's not Carl.